Hello. Today I'm going to show you how to set up your availability in Navigate so that students are able to make appointments with you either as a faculty advisor or for faculty office hours. Before I do that though, I'd first like to show you how to sync your Navigate calendar with your Google Calendar because I find that particularly helpful, especially if I'm allowing students to make appointments. So the first thing we're going to do, I should mention everyone who is a professor has the option to go to either their professor home or their staff homepage. Everything we do today will be in the staff homepage. We're going to go over to the left-hand side and click the calendar icon, and you'll see a calendar comes up. In this case, my calendar is already synced with Google, with my Google Calendar, and you can see how it syncs them up. You can see that all it does right there is pull in what is a time that is blocked off on my Google Calendar so it knows to not allow students to schedule appointments during that time. So it just says busy. However, when you sync them up, it will populate into Google more details about any appointments made. So you don't have to keep going back and forth to check the two calendars. So in order to do that, you're going to go over to Settings and Sync and click Sync Settings. And in order to have them talk back and forth, and so that Google will be aware of sort of what the details of each appointment are, you're going to set it up for Select Calendar for a two-way sync. You hit save after that, and it takes about 10 to 15 minutes to get the two systems communicating. So if you don't see it right away, don't worry, check back in a little bit and it should be there. Okay. I'm going to go back to the home page now and we'll go over how to do your availability. So probably not terribly surprising, you're going to click My Availability. And in here, first I'm going to show you how to set up your faculty office hours appointments. So we're going to go to Actions and click Add Time. And in here, you can put any times that you would like to be available for office hours. So let's just say that I want to be available from 8 to 10, and let's say Monday and Tuesday. You have to check off whatever days of the week they are. You can set up multiple time slots even within the same day. You just have to go back and add a separate availability for each time slot. Or if you have a different time on Tuesdays versus Monday, you just have to add an additional line. Okay. So how long is this availability active? You can select from a specific range of dates that you want to set up. You'll actually see on my screen there's a pink box, which is currently not active, but that is for um, registration week and advising week so that I have a lot of availability, but I don't want to be available all the time for that, so I limit it when it is available. But since this is office hours, let's just say I want to pick it only for the fall term. I know my schedule this term. I don't know it quite yet if those times will work later, so this is what I'm going to pick it for. I can also click this button here if I want to add a personal availability link to my signature. This will be included. And then you can say what type of availability this is. If you just want students to be able to make appointments, sometimes people allow drop-ins as well, just to let students know. So I don't mind that. I actually always kind of enjoy it. So I'm going to click both because I also do not mind if somebody comes in person or virtual. I'm going to select both of these for my meeting type. But if you have a preference, or if, for instance, there's a certain day of the week where you're off campus, feel free to add whatever specifics you want in here, whether you prefer just in person or just Google Meet or both. For the care unit to set up faculty office hours, you are going to add faculty office hours here. And for location, even if you have virtual appointments, you're still going to click faculty office just because this is how the system is set up. There is a little bit of redundancy here. And again, a little bit of redundancy, we're going to click faculty office hours is the service provided. Now in here, under courses, you have to enter whatever courses you're currently teaching and holding office hours for. You have to enter them with the course code, a hyphen, and then the course number. So something to be aware of this, the reason that we do this is that if a student is enrolled in this class, now when they look to have office hours, they are specifically shown that you have availability. We didn't want to set it up so that if a student said, hey, I need to see a professor, and they sell office hours for every single professor on campus, that could be really overwhelming. One downside to this, though, is if you happen to teach a class that has multiple sections with multiple professors, students will see choices for any professors that have their office hours set up in Navigate. So you will just have to let them know to make sure they're choosing you when they go to make their meeting. And it's very easy for them to do that. It shouldn't be terribly confusing. Okay. Any phone number or URL you want to add here is, of course, a place you can put that. The students will see that when they make the appointment. And any special instructions. I like to say, if you prefer to meet virtually, please indicate so that a link can be sent. Another thing I should mention is that all appointment slots are for a half-hour time period. So this was sort of how the default system set it up. Another way that I like to deal with this too, particularly around advising when it comes to meeting new students for the first time, I will add something like if this appointment is for 30, oops, having trouble typing, 30 minutes. If you believe it may take more, please book 2 slots. You may have to schedule an additional meeting if we go over. And then I hit save. It's pretty simple. And again, I could go back and add office hours for other days of the week and things like that. So that is faculty office hours. I would also like to add advising hours so that my advisees can find me. Now, whatever we add for this will be specific to people that you are the assigned faculty advisor for when they go to search for appointment times. Add times. And in this case, I already know that I am available from 8 to 10. And personally, I don't have a preference whether or not I see my advisees or my students during that time. So I'm going to set up the same exact time spot. And that's okay. It will allow you to do this. So again, I'm going to say I'm available in the fall semester. I'm going to add this to my personal availability link. I'm going to say I'm available for appointments and drop-ins. And again, I don't mind in person or virtual, but you select what is best for you. And then we're going to go to advising. In this case, I'm going to say that the location is with the faculty advisor. They don't have to come to the one stop. Now, if I were actually making this, I probably would say they should come to the Academic Success Center because that's where my office is. But for you all, please put advisor. And then just indicate any services that you are willing to talk about with students when they come. It will probably be all of these, but you can go through and look and see, which do you feel most comfortable with. If there's something that you think, I don't think I should do that, then by all means, feel free to leave it out. Again, I could put my special instructions in here. And for both of the settings, you can also determine if you are willing to see more than one student at a time per appointment. Some people like to have group advising sessions. So this comes up here, and you may or may not have noticed before, but before I had added these two care units, or I'm sorry, these two availabilities, my link here was coming up red and a little broken. But now that I clicked to put an availability link, it is good to go. And if I wanted, I could put this right in my email signature too, so that students could go to schedule this appointment with me. Now, of course, right now, appointments are only available for undergrad students, but it is a pretty effective way for them to go all in one place to get them. Now, if for some reason you decide to change your mind on when the appointments are offered, you can see that, as I mentioned before, this pink bar is not currently available. You can see it says inactive. If I wanted to change that, I could just go right into the edit and I could change the range of dates to the fall semester and make it active that way. Okay. So what does this look like from the student side? Let's see, I'm going to cancel this out. And where do they go to figure this out? The Student Navigate site, I'll show you this right here. I have a student who I happen to know is already enrolled in my class, and she was kind enough to give permission that I share her screen. So this is the student side of things. And when students want to make appointments, they just head over to Appointments, and they click the Schedule an Appointment button. From here, they have to indicate what type of appointment they would like to schedule. And they have a host of choices here. Students can go into schedule tutoring services, which will show them appointments available for only the classes they're currently enrolled in. They can schedule appointments with advising, academic coaches, all of that is in here. But in this case, let's say that the student has a question about something we covered in class. I'm going to say to go to faculty office hours, and she does have to click that twice. And from there, we'll just say find an available time. Now, the next thing that she'll see is a list of all of the courses that she is currently in that have faculty office hours available. Now, because I know many of you have not set this up yet, I am the only one showing, so she really only has one choice here, but that's okay. She can click on that and she'll see all of the times that she has available. And you can actually see it's that Monday 8 to 10 that is showing up as available. If there were multiple professors teaching this class that had office hours available, she would have to select the professor as well, or she would see a choice to select the professor and then could go from there. After she books this, which I'm not going to do because it actually would book it for her and I don't want to get her a little confused here. She would go in, she could add comments, she could talk about how she wants to meet. She can also set up a text reminder for the appointments themselves, and it will be populated automatically onto my Google Calendar. It'll be populated onto hers, and then reminders will also be sent to her because that's how she set it up. So that is how a student makes the appointment, as well as how you can set up your availability. Please reach out and let me know if you have any questions.